we had to do it. We're back with another one. Who we're talking about today? Today we're talking about the Heat and the Celtics and the Thunder and the Pelicans. So let's just dive into it. Give you a recap, showdown of the rundown. You know how we get down. I guess we're going to head it back to the East. I feel like I've been talking about the East for the past few days first, and then we're going to talk about the West, seeing as that's the order of the game. First things first, the Heat, they said they did not come to play with the Celtics. 111 to 101. Now tying the series, they are up, or they're not up, they're tied 1-1. So now it's like anybody's game. I feel like game one, when they played, it was a little bit rocky. I feel like now they found their groove. They over here making playoff history, doing a big one and just showing everybody, like, even though we are the underdogs, we are still here. We're still trying to take where we was at last season and bring it into this season. And that seems like that's what's happening. They get to play the Celtics at home back at Miami in the next 2 games. So it's like, it's anybody's series. Y'all know how last year the series went. It was so crazy. It was like, woo, is that going to happen this season? I don't know. But anyways, let's just dive into some stats and talk about how the game went. First, we had Tyler Hero. He was real hot last night. He had 24 points and then he had 14 assists. And out of those 24 points, he hit 6 threes. Like, being hot, double, 14 assists, that's a lot. And it's just like he really helped his team go over that edge and really help them win. So it's like, big up to you, Tyler Hero, especially when Jimmy Butler is not playing. He has been out for now with the 3rd consecutive game. So hopefully he's back in action. I don't know how long this is going to be prolonged or whatever the case may be of his absence, but hopefully he has a speedy recovery and be back on the court so he can help out his Heat. The next person that I want to talk about, and y'all already know I love me some Bam. Bam, he ended up finishing. He had 21 points, 10 rebounds, finishing with a double-double as well. I always talk about Bam's energy, what he brings on the court, and I feel like it amps up the rest of the Heat. The rest of their team is like, okay, he's playing like this. He's bringing this energy. He lit all the above. So it's like, we got to turn up to get to his level or even above so we can get that win. And I think that's just what happened last night. So it's like, big ups to you, doing an amazing job when it came to the game last night. And then what I want to talk about, of course, y'all already know about how the Heat had 23 threes last night, really making a statement, really like, yeah, we like just proving a point. And it's like they created playoff history last night, like the highest scoring threes or the highest threes in a game, in a playoff game. So it's like, big ups to y'all and congratulations on that. It's always good, or it always feels good to be like, dang, I did that. Like, I was a part of whatever the congratulations or whatever it was that it is. It's like, I was a part of this. I was a part of making history. I was a part of being part of those threes or whatever it was. And it's like, I know that's a great feeling. And I feel like that really just got the Heat really lit and really just pushed them to the next level. The next thing that I want to talk about is going to be Caleb Martin. I think he had 21 points last night. So it's like, everybody played a great job on the Heat. But what really put Caleb up there for me to talk about is him hitting a clutch 3 with the last 3 minutes of in the 4th quarter, which basically kept them at like a 2 possession type of game. Because it's like, once that happened, I feel like the game, I'm not gonna say it was over, but the Celtics really started to trail that way. That's why they lost, by 10 points. But the thing about it is the Heat, they played great the whole entire night. The only time the Celtics outscored the Heat was in the 2nd quarter. And that just shows you, it was like, I feel that the Celtics came out confident from game 1, but it didn't like roll over until game 2. But let's just talk about the stats and talk about the Celtics. And the first person I want to talk about when it comes to the Celtics, and that's going to be Jaylen Brown. He had 33 points, 8 rebounds, being the player of his team and really stepping up to the plate. I always tell y'all, when it comes to Jaylen Brown, I already feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. So it's like, you got to acknowledge him when it's available, and that's what I'm doing for last night's game. So it's like, big ups to you. It wasn't like you had a bad game, it just wasn't enough for the win. The next person I want to talk about, that's going to be Jason Tatum. He went off. He had 28 points. He also had 8 rebounds, but y'all already know he's one of the most consistent players on the Celtics. So that's really like how he be rocking, how he be rolling, and like that's just what goes on when it comes to Jason Tatum. So you gotta give it to him. Like he be hot. Like that St. Louis, it be coming out of him, and I love to see that. But it's like now it's anybody's game when it comes to this series. It's like who's gonna take it? You got the number 1 seed, you have the number 8 seed, you have like the same repeat of what's going on last year. It's like, is this gonna roll over into this season? We don't know. I don't know. Do you? And then once third quarter came, when it came to the Heat, they went basically on a 10-0 run, and it was like after that it was kind of like lights out in so many words. But y'all, that's really all I had to say about the Heat and the Celtics game. And now we're going to head it over and talk about OKC and the Pelicans. The Thunder and the Pelicans, of course, Thunder won 124-92, a complete blowout. Watching this game, I was kind of like, okay, New Orleans, y'all got to do something. Something has to change. Y'all got to step up. Some plays got to be made. Something has to be different in order for y'all to get the win. It's like, okay, the first game y'all was in, y'all only lost by 2 points. Y'all was the only team that night that had like the start of the playoffs that had a close game. But then it's like this game, I feel like OKC really just piggyback off of what happened in game 1 and was like, we got to amp it up like 3 more notches. And I think that's really what they did, still having that same energy in Oklahoma, the fans still rocking, and it was just like a blowout type of game. The only time that the Pelicans, I would say, was in the game would be the second quarter, because OKC outscored the Pelicans all of the quarters besides the second quarter. They were tied. So it's like that shows you how the game was going, how they was playing. And it was like what really hurt the Pelicans was they turnovers. They had 18, or I should say, let me back it up, Tasha. The Thunder scored 22 points off of their 18 turnovers. So I feel like if y'all was able to get these turnovers under control, the game would have went a completely different way. And it's like that didn't happen. Like 22 points off of 18 turnovers, like where they do that at? And then at halftime, the score was 63-50. So it already showed you like how this game is working. You know what I'm saying? And let's just dive into the stats and talk about the players. And that's first person, y'all already know I'm not going to pronounce his last name. So I'm just going to say Jonas. He ended up having 19 points, 7 rebounds. And like I said, he's consistent. It's just like everybody else has to step up on the Pelicans team. The next 2 people I want to talk about, of course, is going to be Brandon Ingram and then Herb Jones. They both had 18 points last night, and that's just not enough for Brandon. Like, you got to shoot the ball more. You got to be more consistent. You really got to take charge as a starter. Like, you are a key player on the court, and it's not showing. It wasn't showing for me last night. Even for game 1, it's like it's time to step up. Y'all are in the playoffs, so you got to play like that. You really got to like turn it up a notch in order to do just that. And that's really all I had when it came to the Pelicans. So now we're just going to head it over and talk about OKC, the same 2 people I feel like I always talk about when it comes to them, and that's going to be Chet Holmgren, being his rookie, playing an amazing first year. He had 26 points last night, 7 rebounds, and he's the only rookie in playoffs to have 15 points in 1 quarter. So it's like that just shows you like his growth and how he's just been playing this whole season. And I already told y'all before, I just really feel like he's going to get better as time progresses. Like, he gonna be cold. Like, you're already starting off the way that you're starting off as a rookie. Like, you're not scared, you tall. Like, all you gotta do is be a bit more aggressive, play a little bit more defense. But for the most part, like, he getting in his bag. And then the next person, y'all already know who I'm gonna talk about. That's gonna be SGA. Yes, he did an amazing job last night. He had 33 points, 5 assists. And the crazy thing about SGA, he didn't have no points in the first 9 minutes of the game. So it's like he started off cold, and then he ended up picking up 7 points in 3 minutes in the first quarter. That just kind of like was like, okay, we're gonna change the energy a little bit. And I think that's just what he did for him to finish with the 33 points. But y'all, I really feel like OKC may win this series, because unless Pelicans step up in their home, but they be losing some crucial games in their hometown, and I really hope that does not happen for the next game. Like, let's just see what they do. They really need Zion back. Like, somebody got to step up. Like, something has to shake. But y'all, that's really all I had. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I need y'all to be productive. I was productive, so go ahead and do the same. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you all can be alerted when who posts, when I post. Once again, I'm TB. Peace out. Bye.